Ben Simmons is not only the biggest and strongest point guard, but one of the most athletic players in the league regardless of position. Ever since high school, Simmons has been touted for his NBA-ready body paired with his exceptional ball handling and passing skills, even getting compared to the likes of LeBron James as he came into the league. Now, while Ben's jumper hasn't developed yet and his playstyle is a bit different than LeBron's, he still uses his size to his advantage in order to be one of the best defenders in the league while running the offense for a top 3 team in the East. Today we're going to find out how he maintains his body because we're talking about Ben Simmons' insane diet and workout. Before we get started, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for us so we can keep bringing you guys more content. Without further ado, let's see what feeds Big Ben. So like we said, Simmons has been bigger than the guy across from him since he started playing basketball. Entering high school, Simmons was well over 6 feet tall, and by his senior year at Monteverde, he was a staggering 6'10", 220 pounds. Needless to say, he was thought of as the top lottery prospect before he stepped foot on LSU's court. So whatever his mom was feeding him at home was certainly working for him. As we all know by now, Ben was picked with the first overall pick in the 2016 draft, eventually missing the season because of a foot injury, but became Rookie of the Year in the following season. Throughout that time off the court, however, Simmons added even more muscle to his already large body, gaining 33 pounds after leaving LSU. This put him at the same weight as his pro comparison LeBron James while standing a few inches taller as well. So by the time Simmons finally got to showcase his skills, he was able to show that just because he doesn't have a jump shot doesn't mean he can't make an impact on the court. His superior height, length, speed, and strength helped him barge his way into the paint, giving the defender 2 options: try to stop a truck at the rim or cover the kickout pass that Simmons is already eyeing down. And on the defensive end, Simmons' all-around athletic abilities allows him to guard the 1 through 5 spot on any given occasion, putting him in contention for the Defensive Player of the Year right alongside Gobert. So how is he maintaining and building on all this athleticism? Well, Simmons hasn't given a lot of info on his diet, but he doesn't mess around, staying away from the junk food. There's a rookie tradition around the Sixers organization that they have to go and pick up large orders of Chick-fil-A before long flights for the whole team. It's something that TJ McConnell and Landry Shamet recounted in years past. But apparently Ben was the exception for a few reasons, one being that he took his diet seriously. Talking about the rookie duty, Simmons said, "They try to get me to do it, but they respect me differently just because I came in a certain way. And I don't eat that stuff anyway. It's not healthy." So for the most part, Simmons sticks to what the team trainers and nutritionists tell them to eat, especially once the pandemic hit and everybody was stuck at home. Sixers team performance director Loretta Torres talked about how the whole team had a nutrition plan tailored to them specifically. Some were vegetarian, some needed a low-carb diet, some needed more protein. But Torres also talked about the main things the team needed to focus on as a whole team as it comes to nutrition, saying, "Across the board, they're all eating a diet that's rich in vitamins and nutrients, low in sugar, and includes a combination of protein and healthy carbohydrates. For those who remain in the market, we offer a service that delivers balanced meals prepared by our team kitchen staff." So while nobody quite knows what exactly Simmons is eating for his diet, fans should be rest assured that the Sixers are in good hands with their training staff. I mean, look at Embiid's transformation this year. While a focused diet has certainly kept Simmons in shape, his tireless work in the weight room and on the court is what really elevated his athleticism above the rest. Simmons could often be found putting non-stop work in at the gym, looking more ripped each year, and he does this with a variety of workouts. Simmons has even posted photos of himself doing workouts on his Instagram, doing some dumbbell rows with some pretty expensive looking dumbbells. He also does some standard dumbbell presses, working on unilateral strength, beefing up his arms and his chest. Aside from the dumbbell workouts, he also does sets of 2-handed overhead cable flies as well as 1-handed fly pulls with the cable. These are both great upper body workouts, strengthening his core and shoulders while widening his already large back. 2 additional upper body essentials Simmons trainer Michael Atkinson makes him do at least 3 times a week are sets of closed grip lat pull downs and sets of seated rows. And while many people do 3 sets of these workouts, Simmons has elevated his staggering reps throughout 5 steps, going hard during the first sets and slowly decreasing as he progresses. The rest of these upper body workouts are displayed in Ben's ability to score in the paint, especially in transition. Forget the fact that he could blow by most defenders in the open court, but even if you do catch up to him, more likely than not, Simmons is going through the defender on his way to the rim. And don't think he forgets leg day either, as the sets of leg presses have him jumping out of the building on most nights. Aside from his work in the weight room, Simmons is constantly working on the court too. Whether it be ball handling, pick and roll scenarios, or even shooting, believe it or not, he's out there putting in the work. His lack of shooting ability this far into his career may have some fans and spectators upset, but the speed at which the three-point revolution is taken on makes Simmons' progression seem even slower. And aside from his shooting, when you watch his on-court workouts, you can see real progression in the smaller things on the court. Part of Simmons' ability to get to the rim is for sure his speed and strength, but his change of pace and acceleration paired with his passing abilities is just as important. Coming off a screen, Ben's eyes are always scanning the court looking for a shooter around the three-point line or the roller headed to the rim, so with the defender on his hip, if Simmons sees a better option for himself, his ability to accelerate off that slowed down pace is elite. He's also got a pretty mean in-and-out move that goes under the radar, as giving himself just a little more space from the defender allows him to quickly burst by and rise above. It's undeniable that Ben Simmons' athleticism, defense, and playmaking is at an all-star level, but in an era that thrives off shooting ability, those assets alone aren't going to fulfill his potential as a top 5 player in the league. But regardless of that fact, spectators around the league need to realize the type of impact Simmons has in his game. His speed, length, strength, and timing have him in the running for Defensive Player of the Year and makes him one of the scariest players to face in the open court, and that type of impact shouldn't be criticized. That's it for today. How do you feel about Ben Simmons? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe so we can keep this train moving.